What's going on, everyone? Okay, true leadership, right? It's what we need, it's what we search for, it's what we should have in our life. True leadership, not just manipulators with the title, which a lot of leaders today are. They're just massive manipulators with the title, and you think that they're true leaders. You think they really have your best interests at heart, and they really don't. They just want a bunch of followers. They want people to listen to them. They want people to do what they tell them to do, and they want to put themselves on this pedestal to make themselves feel better. And because they're so they lack self-confidence, they really are insecure people. And so the more titles that they get, the more powerful that they feel. Have you ever met somebody that make sure you call them by their titles? Right? Especially in the ministry world, you have to call them by, great bishop, magnificent, whatever, or if you even say their first name, if you even say their name without putting their title, they get upset, they get a little frustrated, right? They might even say something to you about it. I don't know if you know somebody like that, and even the professional world, they have to be called by their manager or whatever, right? They're just manipulators with titles. Who cares what the title is, right? The title is just a title. What are you giving to the world? What is that saying about you that you have to be called by this title, right? This thing that we labeled ourselves as. Who cares? Who cares about the title? Who really does? It doesn't mean anything. It's just a title, and it can be given to you and it can be taken away from you. So if you get hung up on a title, that's saying something about you. That's saying something about how little you feel about yourself, that you have to remind everybody at all the time that you have a title. That's not a good place to be. That's not a good place to be. All right? So make sure when you get into leadership, you don't put this persona out there that you have to be addressed with some kind of title because, you're the one in charge now. No. The thing you should strive for is just being called your first name. And not even that, but getting it down to just initials. All right, JFK. All right, we all know who that is. MLK, we know who that is, right? JC, we know who that is. So if you can get it down to just even your initials, that means that you truly are influential and you truly are adding value to people's lives. But true leadership, right? There's processes to it. There's steps to it. There's things that you need to look at and things that you need to have to become a true leader, right? A true leader. And one of them is self-confidence, right? And not cockiness, but self-confidence. You know what you inherently have, and you know your inherent ability to go out there and change the world. Right? These things were given to you at birth, before you were even born. Right? It says that in Ephesians, before you were even born, he knew who you were, and you had the gifts given to you. They are inherent. They are already inside of you. They're already there, and they're just waiting for you to believe in them. But more than all, they're just waiting for you to tap into them. So many times people come up and say, how do you become a leader? Or what's this? Or what's the steps to this? Right? And there is steps and there is some things that can help you try to change your mindset and kind of help you grow and learn. But you have it in you. You do. Everybody was created to be a leader. Nobody was created to be a follower. No, they weren't. And if somebody says that you were created to be a follower, there's people that are separated, they're liars. Those are massive manipulators with the title, right? They just want you to go underneath them. They just want you to listen because they're insecure. And so they want you to feel like you can never touch them, that you can never be on their level. Right? Sometimes people say, you're not anointed enough, or you're not gifted enough, or whatever. No, that's a lie. That is a lie. Everybody was created to be a leader, sorry. Everybody was created to be a leader. I don't care what you say or how you feel or whatever somebody said to you. You are a leader, but you have to believe it. And that leadership doesn't always mean you have to be up on the stage talking, or you have to be doing videos, or you're going to be like the president or whatever. Leaders, there's multiple different levels of leaders, and you might lead in an area that's completely different than everybody else's. Leadership does not just mean that you have to be speaking in front of a bunch of people. No, leadership is lived every day. But when you have that self-confidence, when you know what abilities you have, you can become unstoppable. Because most people, I'm going to say probably like 90% of people, they know they have a gift, they know they have a calling, but they don't believe in it. They don't think that they can ever achieve it. Or they feel like they've done so many terrible things in their life that there's no way that anybody would ever listen to them, or they could ever help somebody, or that they could ever guide or lead. And those are lies that you've been told. That's society forming you and putting you into a box and enslaving you into thinking you're just a follower. You have nothing to give. Those are lies. Lies. Everybody was created to be a leader. And we're going to lead in the areas that we're good at. So you got to know what inherent ability that you already have, that was already given to you from the very beginning. Before you were even created, you had abilities put into you, and you only have them. Only you. Only you had those abilities because they were given to you. But you have to believe it. So one of the things that you need for true leadership is self-confidence. Knowing in what ability you have and working in it, running in it, and doing it. Not letting it hold you back. Not being scared of what somebody's going to say. Who cares what they say? Who cares if they don't like it? Who cares if they don't listen to you? Keep running in what you know. And if you don't think you know enough, well, keep learning. Keep learning. Keep raising the bar. Keep making your skill set better. Because nobody is just there. Nobody's just perfect. Nobody just has it all together. We have to learn. If you look at any great leader throughout history, they were learning, they were changing, they were adapting, they were evolving, and that's what made them such great leaders, because they were not scared to challenge themselves. They were not scared to be challenged by other people. They were not scared to raise the bar. They were not scared to step into situations that they didn't know if they could handle or not. They weren't scared if they got pushback. People made fun of them. People said they sucked. People laughed at them, whatever. They did not care. Even if everything inside of them was screaming and they were scared and they were petrified, they still stepped into it because they had confidence in who they were. They had confidence in who made them, and they had confidence that they could do it. Even if they failed once, they came back. Even if they failed twice, they came back. Even if they failed 3 times, they came back. Abraham Lincoln failed like 20-some times running for different positions in office before he became president. Right? He ran for I swear, 10 or 15 times for different positions in the government and did not win. And he kept trying, he kept trying, he kept trying, and he finally became president of the United States and did something that has changed the world and now is known throughout history because he kept on going. He knew he would get there eventually. He had that confidence in his ability, and he didn't let anybody hold him down. Don't let